Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out my channel, LeboView, and today I want to talk about a few accessories that you can buy to go along with your Sony Action Cam to make a nice vlogging rig. And it's not very expensive, except for one item possibly, but you don't necessarily need it unless you want it. So let's jump right into it. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, I've done reviews in the past of these action cams. I love them. The Sony brand over the Hero, a little bit more because these don't seem to bring in the kind of dollar that they are being asked on the Hero brand to buy. I mean, Heroes are expensive. Of course, you can buy used ones, and there's a whole plethora of stuff that you can buy for them. But the Sony Action Cams have a good amount of accessories also. And the nice thing about these is they have built-in image stabilization, and they do a pretty good job. So here's the dilemma that you run into. I have a couple of handy cams that I shoot with, and that's what I'm recording on now. However, I find myself liking to vlog with these a lot more because they go in my pocket. I mean, they are small, they're tiny. As far as some of the downfalls is the audio's not anything exceptional. It does a really good job. It sounds better than a lot of point and shoot cameras, and it sounds better than some of the camcorders that are out there too. But you can use an external microphone if you pull open this port on the bottom, and there's a little door, and you can see right here you can plug directly into it. Now this sounds a lot better whenever you've got a microphone plugged into it, but now you have this door flopping around, and guess what? You don't really have a way to plug in a microphone unless you get that cradle setup that I've mentioned on a previous video, and that's like an L bracket deal, and it opens on the bottom, and it works great. I mean, that's spectacular. I think it's a really nice unit. But with that, you have to use your smartphone or your tablet to see whatever you're shooting with. And again, this is getting into a situation where you find yourself using this as a camcorder more and more because of how versatile it is. So let's say I want to do a time lapse. This does it. So I can put this out on a tripod, shoot a time lapse of me putting together a tent. Let's say I'm out camping and I want to show me doing a time lapse of that, or maybe the sky or the sunset. But I also want to record or do vlogging of what I'm doing throughout the day, and I want it on the same card, and this camera will do it. But the audio, let's say it's really windy out, this doesn't have a way really to buffer that. So now I need a way to do an external audio, and that's whenever I can plug the microphone into this using that L bracket setup that Sony makes. And again, I've done a review on that. I'll put a link down below for that video if you want to go check that one out. And it will allow me to put a microphone directly in, like this lavalier mic that I'm recording with currently going into my Handycam. What if I want to see what I'm shooting on the go, and I don't want to carry around my tablet or smartphone and hold the camera and do all that at the same time? Well, that's where this next accessory comes into play. And this next accessory works for the AS200, the AS100, the AS20, the AS30, the AS15. It works for all of these. It's basically the same for all of them. So let me show you what it looks like. Here's the item here, pretty plain looking. I've got a YouTube sticker on here, so just ignore that. This normally I think says Sony on it, something to that extent. But this is all it is, and you can see this gives you an LCD screen that will display what the camcorder sees. So let me show you what it looks like with the camcorder going in it. You just open this door here. You can see it just open, and they're all mechanical buttons in here. Kind of crude, but it does a really good job. We'll open the other door on the AS100. Of course, on the AS30, you just open one door. It's just one door for both. And this thing just gets placed down into the cradle. Just kind of straight down and in. Let me go ahead and just like that. Not a big deal. Then guess what? You close the door and you can turn it on. And now, there it is. You can see I'm recording. La-di-da-di. So it makes it like a little camcorder. I mean, it's nice, and it's lighter than most camcorders. Definitely lighter than the camcorder I'm shooting with currently. But here's the problem with that. Now I've got to hold this for vlogging, and again, I don't have great audio going into this. It does okay, but nothing spectacular, which I'll show you what that sounds like in a little bit here. But I wanted to make it to where I could put better audio onto my film in post-production, which I do a lot of times. So let me show you what the rig looks like that I purchased. First, let me show you the bracket. Okay, this is a Velo CB510. The link's going to be down below, and it's a dual shoe bracket. This is what it looks like. And what this is made for is more DSLR type shooting, to where you may place this on top of your DSLR. Let's pretend this is a DSLR. You would put this on top of your DSLR, and it would give you a couple of extra shoes that aren't powered for some sort of lighting or audio, something like that. But in my case, I'm going to put the camcorder on top of the bracket. Actually, we'll do it in this direction. And it just screws on this 1/4-20, just like that. So now I can hold this and I can vlog this way if I want, or I can hold it out here and I can vlog this way if I want. I don't find this necessarily comfortable, but it would get the job done because there are rubber grips here, so it does make it kind of nice. But it feels a little unbalanced. You can see how much forward this camera sits. Now, the only reason I would do this is because I can turn this screen and flip it. I can see what I'm capturing through this wide angle. Because sometimes whenever I'm shooting, I think that I might be picking up something, but I don't know 100%. And this gives you that peace of mind. Again, so you're not going back to a phone or a tablet or something like that to view it. That's what this whole thing's for. So pick one of these up and it'll help you make your action cam into a camcorder more. But there's more that you can do with this. I got a couple of these from Newer. It's N-E-E-W-E-R. It's pronounced Newer. And they make good product. And I've read a lot of reviews on these. All this is a cold shoe 1/4-inch mount that allow you to put a 1/4-inch mounting point on, in this case, those shoes on that bracket. So let me show you what that looks like. Okay, so you can see I've just got one on here. I've got it off to the side, and that's going to allow me to mount something. And in my case, I want something for audio. So I could put a shotgun mic on here and then run that shotgun mic through that other bracket into my camera. Or I can do like this. Okay, now I've got my Zoom H1, which again, the link will be down below for this. I've got a couple of these H1s. They are unbelievable. The best money I spent by far on camera equipment or vlogging equipment, and they're just great tools to have. The audio they pick up is incredible, which I'll let you hear that in a little bit here also, whenever I'm doing a comparison. But what this does is allow me now to have the ability to record external audio and then in post-production sync it with the camera. But I find that sometimes this is a little bit too sensitive and it picks up a lot. I'm talking about the Zoom H1. So what I could do is I can run my lavalier mic directly into the Zoom H1. So I'm going to do that in just a second here, but I'm going to add one more thing to this to make it just a little bit nicer for me to do all that. And that's my Optica grip. Now I've done a review on this a long time ago, and this thing has been in my bag for a long time, and it's just a lifesaver. I love it. It's kind of heavy, it's aluminum, but it helps stabilize these lighter pieces of equipment. So what I'm going to do is screw that into the bottom of the 1/4-inch mount for the camcorder. Let me go ahead and get a turn on there so it's relatively tight. And you can see now my whole setup. And this really allows you to stabilize. If you're trying to shoot, you know, it really helps out. Even though there's built image stabilization in the action cam, this really helps you steady it quite a bit. And I mean, you get some really good shots doing it this way. So now that I have this set up, let's go ahead and disconnect the microphone from the camera. I'll plug the microphone into the Zoom H1 and we'll listen to all the different audio that we can get with these two units. And you can be the judge of what you think. But as far as vlogging, I'm telling you, this is a really good setup. So let's go ahead and jump into that. All right, guys, so here right now what you're listening to is the camcorder that I'm recording with. This is what the 5.1 surround sounds like that's currently with that camera. You can see you pick up quite a bit, but it is pretty good audio. But it's not good enough for me, not for staying intimate with the viewers. So now I'm going to switch to the action cam's audio. So let's go to that. All right, so now you can hear the action cam audio, and you can hear it's not horrible. It's pretty good. It may be good enough for you on a vlog, but I like, again, sometimes whenever the wind is really blowing around if you're out at the beach or the lake or something, to make it a little bit more intimate. So what I like to do is plug directly into the action cam, but because I want this vlog setup to work currently the way that it is, it's going to make to where the audio that I capture has to be done in post-production. So now I'm going to switch to the Zoom H1 with my lavalier mic plugged into it so you can hear what that sounds like. Alright, so here we are vlogging still, but we're just plugged into the Zoom H1, and you can see the quality of the sound is pretty good. It's not bad. This microphone that I use is pretty inexpensive. It's not, I think they're like $5 or $6 for 3 of them. I mean, they're really inexpensive. I'll put the link down below for those also if you'd like. What happens is the audio that I capture with the Zoom H1 has to be to where I'm tethered to this unit, which may not be a bad thing because, I mean, my arm's only so long and the cord's going to take care of everything. You can see here the mic is here, and it's going down through my shirt and then out and up to the rig. But maybe, possibly, I want to capture everything around me, all the noise, but in high quality. And the way that I do that is going to the Zoom H1 and using their internal microphone. So let me do that now. Okay, so you can hear I'm on the Zoom H1 and their mics, their stereo mics, and man, they're sensitive. They pick up everything. You might be able to hear there's some light noise from some of these lights inside this room. And also there's a vehicle that's running outside that's doing some construction work. You might be able to hear that. It's just a really sensitive unit. And I've got it turned down quite a bit, but if I turned it up all the way, you'd pick up all kinds of things. So this is the type of setup, and this is the kind of look that you would get going to this whole vlog setup. Again, the link's going to be down below for all these things. You don't necessarily need the LCD cradle unless you want to see what you're capturing without, again, going to your phone or your tablet. I'm going to go ahead and plug back into the H1 with my mic so we're not picking up so much. Okay, so you can hear the audio again going through the microphone into the Zoom H1, and again, this is all done through post-production to where I've synced it all, and this is a really good vlog setup. It allows you to move around and get a lot of shots with this cradle mount for the LCD, basically making your action cam a handy cam, and of course the audio, like I mentioned, with the Zoom H1 and this bracket. It's just a nice deal all the way around. Again, the link's going to be down below for all these things. If you like this video, click like or subscribe, and if you have any questions, I'll try to answer them down below. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Bye.